Hey, what is up, guys? Joseph here, and this is going to be my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2018.
Number 10.
My number 10 is Star Wars Story Han Solo. Han Solo, Star Wars Story, or whatever they're calling it now. I am looking forward to it. It's Star Wars universe, it's Han Solo. But with all the problems they've been having with the rewrites and the director changes and all of the crap that's been going on, I just don't have as much faith as I did with The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi. And Han Solo, when the movie was first announced, I wasn't a big fan of the idea, really, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm gonna go see it at Star Wars, it's Han Solo, I'm gonna go see it. But there's so many other characters that I think should get a spin-off before Han Solo. Yeah, in my opinion, I believe I would want that, I would want a Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan movie before the Han Solo movie. I would be okay with pretty much any other character, and especially since it's not played by Harrison Ford, I just don't. The guy they cast, I can't. Alden, I don't know. Something, I don't know. I'll write it right there. I've never even heard of the guy before they cast him. I've never seen him act or anything, so I don't know if he's good or if he's bad. I don't know. He's an unknown for me, and I just don't have that much faith in Han Solo, the movie, right now. I mean, maybe if it's good, I'll come back and I'll say I was wrong and all that other stuff, but as of right now, looking ahead to next year, I don't have that much faith, and I wouldn't be surprised if it delayed the release date. I would not be surprised if it pushed back to December, because it is on the May release now, and I don't know how long it's going to be there. I wouldn't be surprised if it moved back to December.
Number 9.
My number 9 is the only one that I can see nominated for a Best Picture Oscar, and that's Bohemian Rhapsody. And it's a Freddie Mercury biopic is what it is, and we don't have a trailer, we don't have anything like that. The only thing we have right now is a picture of the lead guy, freaking Mr. Robot. I'll find out during post and put it right there. But that's the only image that we have. Other than that, we don't really know how many years it's gonna span. At least I don't know. If it has been announced, I don't know. If it has been announced, comment down below and let me know, because I don't remember hearing anything about this movie, other than the guy who's on Mr. Robot playing Freddie Mercury. That's literally all I know, and that it comes out in like December or something. I think it's December. I'm curious to see how that movie plays out. And so Bohemian Rhapsody is my number 9.
Number 8.
My number 8 is a movie that, I'll be honest, I wasn't really looking forward to, really, until I saw the trailer. And that's Ready Player One. I know that it's an awesome book and it's directed by Steven Spielberg, but I don't know really that much about the Ready Player One. I haven't read the book. I just said it's an awesome book because that's what I've been hearing. But maybe I'll read it someday. Probably not. But and from what I've gathered from hearing people talk about it and synopsis online, it's basically a dystopian future, and the kid travels in like this virtual reality kind of thing. And if I'm wrong in any of this right now, just comment down below and let me know. I really am not that knowledgeable about Ready Player One. I've only done like some quick research, if I even want to call it that. But what I gathered from the trailer, it looks like it's going to be Very nostalgic, and it looks like it's going to be a good time.
Number 7.
My number 7 is WreckIt Ralph 2. I loved WreckIt Ralph, the first one. It was I don't know what year it came out. It was one of my favorite animated movies the year it came out. I'm not sure if it was my favorite because I'm not sure. I don't remember what all animated movies came out that year. Yeah, I'm looking at the list and I'm not seeing an animated movie that I like more than WreckIt Ralph. So yeah, WreckIt Ralph is my favorite animated movie of the year. 2012 was when it came out. I'm just curious to see how this movie plays out because I really enjoyed the first one, and as far as I know, all the cast are coming back, and with Disney movies, usually 9 times out of 10, they're good. There's very few exceptions to the rule, but most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they're good. I have faith that WreckIt Ralph 2 is going to be at least decent.
Number 6.
My number 6 is XMen The New Mutants. And I mean, I did a trailer reaction to this movie. And speaking of which, trailers, if there's a trailer for any of these movies, by the time this video comes out, I'll put the links in the description below to every single one of them. So you guys can check them out if you're interested and maybe have a new movie you're looking forward to. But X-Men The New Mutants, from the trailer, it was confusing. When it started, it was a lot darker than other X-Men movies, but it still wasn't to that level until it looked exactly like about halfway through when it just took a dive off the cliff into a horror movie. Straight from like these slasher horror movies. I'm trying to think of like an example of what it looked like, but I really can't remember because I've only seen the trailer twice. Once when I reacted to it, and the other one when I was editing the reaction. But I don't remember seeing it another time after that. But I'll probably watch it again some other time. But I mean, it surprised me because I wasn't expecting it to be this kind of horror movie. I was expecting it just to be a superhero movie. I am looking forward to, but it just, if I see another trailer, the new trailer has to sell me, because that, like, I was going into the trailer reaction expecting like a superhero X-Men movie, but once it turned to horror movies, I was like, I love horror movies. I love horror movies. Y'all, you if you've been around my, I am looking forward to, but I just have to see another trailer to actually be excited for, because I'm gonna go watch it anyways. It's a X-Men movie. Well, some movie in the X-Men universe. It's a horror movie. It looks like it's going to be good, but it just wasn't what I was expecting with the one trailer that I've seen. So X-Men The New Mutants is my number 6.
Number 5.
My number 5 is Aquaman. And I know that Noah's probably going to be watching this video. I've told you, man, you have got to watch Justice League. If you watch Justice League, you're gonna want an Aquaman movie. You are. I mean, I was right there with you with making fun of Aquaman and all those things for years. But when I watched Justice League, Aquaman was one. I'll probably have my review of Justice League out before this, but Aquaman was one of my favorite parts about the entire movie. He was a part of the funniest part of the whole movie with the lasso and tree. If you've seen them, I don't really have to go in detail. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you, they did, when that scene happened with Aquaman and, I forget the woman's name, Hera, I think, like Hera or something like that, the redheaded woman in Atlantis, that looked good. If that's what the Aquaman movie is going to look like underwater, good. Yeah, I'll be perfectly fine with it. But Aquaman, I'm really looking forward to. James Wan is one of my favorite directors right now, and I think he's going to do a great job with Aquaman. And so Aquaman is my number 5.
Number 4.
My number 4 is Black Panther. Black Panther, he was one of my favorite parts about Civil War. Ever since then, I've wanted a Black Panther movie. And finally, we're getting one next year in February, I believe. And I can't wait. Black Panther, I am really hoping that it will be pretty much a perfect superhero movie, one of the best superhero movies that Marvel has ever done. And I'm liking what I see with the trailers. The cast is great. Chadwick Boseman, you got Michael B. Jordan, Denai Guerrero from Walking Dead, Andy Serkis, Martin Freeman, just so many other people in this movie. And the director, I'm blanking on his name, Coogler, Ryan Coogler. That's it, Ryan Coogler. It took me a little bit, but I loved Creed, and I'm real pretty much confident that this movie is going to be great. One of the best superhero movies that Marvel's ever done.
Number 3.
My top 3, oh man, each one of them could be number 1 in their own right. They really could. And I made this list about 3 or 4 times, and each time, each one of these movies in my top 3 was number 1 at one point or another. But as of right now, God, I'm still not really sure if I want my number 3 to be this one. My number 3 is The Incredibles 2. A movie that I've waited for over a decade for. All I can say is it's about time. Really. I love the first Incredibles. It's not only one of my favorite Pixar movies of all time, it's one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. I mean, I remember in my top 100 movies of all time, a series that I did back in, was it May or June? I think it was June. But earlier this year, when I did that top 100 movies of all time series, The Incredibles was a very tough omission for. It wouldn't have. I don't think it would have made my top 100, but it would have been an honorable mention, because I mean, it has just been a long time since I've seen it. I think the last time I saw it was about 6 or 7 years ago. I'll probably rewatch it before I watch the second one, just to refresh my memory of what happened in the first one, because I can remember like tidbit thing here and there. I'm really looking forward to The Incredibles 2.
Number 2.
And my number 2 is Deadpool 2. Deadpool was one of my favorite movies to come out in 2016. I don't know what all came out that year, but so I don't want to say it was in my top 10 or whatever of the year, but it was definitely one of my favorite theater experiences I've ever had in my life. All of the jokes and everything about it just surprised me from beginning to end. It was the first movie that I can remember watching in the theaters where there's a fourth wall break all the time. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking. There's so many laugh out loud moments, and most of them, the ones that really got me were the fourth wall breaks. The McAvoy or Stewart.
Let us go talk to the professor.
McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are so confusing.
127 hours.
You ever see 127 hours? Spoiler alert.
What's another? Do rule of 3.
I'm gonna wait out here, okay? It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see 2 of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
Those 3 were. I was dying laughing in the theater watching that movie. I'm really looking forward to Deadpool 2.
Number 1.
Is Avengers Infinity War. There was Oh, man, I said earlier that the Incredibles 2 and Deadpool 2 each had a time as number 1. That was before that trailer dropped. Once that trailer dropped, Avengers Infinity War was number 1. There was no question about it. The only question was what was number 2 and 3. But the Avengers Infinity War, this is the movie that has been building up since 2008 with the first Iron Man. Enough said. You finally get to see Thanos in action after sitting on his throne for, when did the first Avengers come out? 2012, so 5 years. I don't know what month it came out, so maybe 5 or 6 years, depending on what month the first Avengers came out. I know it was a summer movie, but I'm not sure what month. But anyways, 5 or 6 years by the time the Infinity War comes out. What more can you ask for? You got Spider-Man, you got Vision, Captain America, Thor, Hawkeye. I know that was probably Hawkeye, really. Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, all of those superhero movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy, all of them come together to fight Thanos. And Loki, probably with him giving the Tesseract to Thanos. The Avengers Infinity War, I would probably say is the highest grossing movie of the entire year next year. Over the Han Solo movie. I can see that doing well, but not Last Jedi numbers, not Force Awakens numbers, nothing like that. But Avengers Infinity War is going to be the highest grossing movie of next year. I'm making that a prediction. I mean, I said it on Twitter and I believe I said it on Instagram too and Facebook. There was one word to describe the Avengers Infinity War trailer. Epic. And there's one word to describe what Avengers Infinity War is going to be. Epic. As Stan Lee would say, enough said.
Enough said.
My honorable mentions. The first one is the animated Miles Morales Spider-Man movie that comes out, I think, in December, if I'm correct. It's either November or December. It's one of those two. Last time I checked, anyways. The teaser trailer dropped not too long ago, and the animation style looks pretty good. I don't know that much about Miles Morales, I'll be honest. So I'm curious to see how it plays out and everything. I know there was an Easter egg in Spider-Man Homecoming that led directly to Miles Morales. I'm curious to see how it turns out. I'm sure it'll be good. The second honorable mention is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Noah, if you watch Ant-Man, this title will make sense. The Wasp is essentially Ant-Man's girlfriend, or probably wife when the movie comes out. I don't know if they'll be married or whatever, but it's Ant-Man's romantic interest, okay? That's basically who the Wasp is. If you watch Ant-Man, you know. I really enjoyed the first Ant-Man movie. I've only seen it once, and that was when it came out in the theater, so I can't really say I would say it's one of the best or whatever, because I've only seen it once. But I really enjoyed watching Ant-Man. It was a good, entertaining movie. And my third and final honorable mention is X-Men The Dark Phoenix. I'm curious of what it'll do. And, I mean, Sophie Turner as Jean Grey was good in Apocalypse, but I'm curious to see if she can pull off the Dark Phoenix saga. And with the Dark Phoenix saga, I just don't. The Last Stand ruined the Dark Phoenix saga for me. And I know so many other people. Then again, I read the Dark Phoenix saga after I saw The Last Stand, so I can't really see that. But reading what the Dark Phoenix saga could have been, they shouldn't have even attempted the Dark Phoenix stuff in Last Stand. So hopefully it'll get proper treatment in this movie, but I'll tread carefully with this movie. Alright, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, like me on Facebook at JMash97, follow me on Twitter at JMash97, follow me on Instagram at JMash_97. All of those social media links in the description below. Mash out.